What is going on, guys? We're back working on the Super today. Today we're going to I'm going to give that canbus trunk a go. I've got open barrel splice kit, got 100 resistors, 22 G wiring, canbus wiring from Tesla bloody wiring. Not too sure about this, but yeah. This is my CAN connector for my computer. I've just taken it off the ECU so I can sort of have an idea wire it in. We got I think I'm using white as CAN high and green as CAN low, and of course you got positive and negatives. This gets its power off the ECU. I'll leave it like that, and I'll leave this connector on the passenger side. And I've got the powertune digital dash right here. My drill. Going to twist up some wires. All this stuff. Got the motec m800 can expansion unit. Got some plugs for the expander. And first of all, we have to make the canbus trunk. So that's the main highway. So we're going to get to that one. Going to need two of these for each end because they have to be terminated. So the data packets will pretty much hit them and say, yep, no more data past here. But, we'll get to twisting up some of this wire here. The car is roughly 1500 wide-ish. So I'm just going to do that because I'm going to lay this out here as if I'm sitting in the car. So the right hand drive, dash will be on the right, CAN connector will be on the left, down near the passenger footwell, and the motec expansion unit for the EGTs, the 6 of them, it'll be down near the computer as well. So I'll twist up some wiring here, which will be roughly 1500, might give me a little extra, and yeah, we'll work on the main trunk of this CAN bus. Okay, I got the wire out, got a fair bit of length here, tied it up, put a screw under my bench. Alright, that's on. I'll grab this out, make sure I don't kink any of this. Oh, almost kinked one. I might actually got a little extra here. Okay, that's a little longer than the other. And come here. That's my phone going off its head. Trim that. Go those. Grab the good old drill, Milwaukee. And that's screwed up. Let's stretch all this out again. And yep. Sorry guys, gotta do this with 2 hands. Almost kinked one again. Push that straight. Okay. Now I've got the ends all nice together. Throw it in the jaw. Okay, nice and sturdy. Bring her out, let's wind up some cable. Alright. Starting to wind. A little more. Once it stops shaking. Yeah, it looks good. A little more. Yeah, it looks good to me. There we go. Undo that. Let it sort of free wind itself back out. And get back to the next step. Oh no, that's soldered up. Terminated to each other. It's weird. I'll whack these heat shrinks right up against the edge there. I'll give them a bit of a meltdown. Should get a little heat torch instead of a lighter, but oh well. Right, that's one end terminated. Let that cool down. Then I'll twist it all the way back up again, and then I'll do the same on the other end, and that'll be the canbus trunk. That'll be the main trunk, and then we can start working on all the rest of the branches of the trunk to your devices. And here is my canbus trunk. I ended up taking that one resistor off, and I laid it down a little bit side by side, and then heat shrinked it, and then put heat shrink over that heat shrink, so it's protected, won't break from vibrations or whatever. So that end's done. That is done. This is now a canbus trunk, and we can start running our modules off it. Okay, I got my CAN reader cable onto the canbus trunk of the harness. I'll tell you what, these bloody, what are they, these open barrel splice kits, they are an absolute pain in the ass. To do 3 wires, hold it all by yourself. It's like a 2-person job just to get a splice on it. But they're on. You see I staged them. That's just to keep it nice and tucked up instead of having 2 fat ones next to each other. I will just wrap this intersection here, this junction point, to keep everything nice and happy and keep it all from moving around. And then you got your resistor on the end there, just goes nowhere, it just terminates. So this is your main data highway, pretty much. And as your ECU sends, there it goes, it splits out, goes up and down, whichever way. Data packets hit this and just, destroy themselves. But then the computer can read whatever's on this too, so same. Then next up I've got to make another junction point here for the motec ECU m800. The way I used to have this CAN cable was this would run to power on the motec, and then my CAN low, CAN high would just go straight into CAN low, CAN high on the ECU. But now I'm going to be running more stuff. I need to make this trunk up. So next up will be another junction point for the motec ECU, and it'll be close to this, so I can plug these wires back into the ECU, so it'll get its own power from the ECU. And then after that, somewhere here-ish, the motec E888 expander will be jumping on board. I'll have to make a branch off for that, and it'll have to find its own power. I got the plug kit for it, so I'll get around to making another splice here for the ECU can low, can high. Righto, I now have a new pet hate for open barrel splice kits and these sort of crimpers. Absolutely hate it. And that goes too with the motec like Deutsch bloody pins. Pet hate, I hate these. But they're on. They'll go onto the motec m800 ECU. My can reader plug, it'll get power here off these pins. That'll go to the m800 ECU as well. And all this is open at the moment. I'll have the dash, another junction point here somewhere for the dash to plug up on. You see the can low, can high there. But I'll do that at a later date. But now I've got this as it is. I should be able to put this back into the ECU, this back into the ECU, and my computer should be able to read all the sensors on this car through the trunk. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop it in, make sure I don't get the can high and can low mixed up. I think I've got white as can high and green as can low. Alright, put it in, see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll go back to the drawing board. But it's my first time ever trying this, and it's simple, but it's a pain in the butt. Alright guys, I've got the cable running down over to the seat there. The canbus as the other end of the trunk, and it's terminated. Got the can reader in, that's picking up power off, well, it's earth and power off the ECU itself. And the CAN bus comes in on this plug here. It goes in, down to the trunk here, splices onto the trunk. So now we can plug the computer up, get the CAN bus UTC adapter, or whatever you want to call it. I'll plug that in. That's plugged in. Pull this outside of the car, outside of the Supra. I've got my crappy little laptop that's just telling me it's got a bug report. Okay, we'll plug her in. Yep. Okay, it won't connect anything just yet. Got to turn the ignition on. The ignition is on. Fingers crossed that this works. Oh, m800 connected. Awesome. So open file. Use the matching file. Voila! So we are in action. The CAN bus trunk is a goer. So I should still be able to fire. Let's see, what are we in? Utilities. We'll test some outputs. So I should have most things actually hooked up to this. Thermo fans. Here we go. Send it. Right. Thermo fans. What else have I got here? That's all sort of hooked up. We got AC clutch. Should be able to hear that click. Yep. We've got idle air control valve. I can just hear it. Well, up the duty. Cool as. And when I come to it, this will be my expander outputs, but I haven't yet. That's right here. I haven't configured it yet, so I'll get to that when I put the actual expander box on. I'll get out of that, but that's cool. That just shows me that the CAN bus is working. It's sending a signal back and forth, and my computer is picking up whatever signals run along that's been sent out from the ECU. So now guys, all I got to do is on that CAN bus trunk, I'm going to wire in this motec, which will have 12 pins for the 6 EGTs. It'll have power and it'll have a CAN on it as well, so it'll have a CAN bus. Considering it's just an expansion sort of unit, so it'll come off the trunk. I had to steal 2 of these pins to wire into that ECU too, so well, yep. So anyway, I only got 2 things: expander box and wiring this one up. That's easy. That'll be real easy. That's just making another junction point and wire straight to it. This one, a lot more wires.
Oh, these ones are the shit ones. Oh, no.
There it goes. Oh, it stinks.
$30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Down there. Right in there. You don't grab it.
Little smoke ball.
It's like so stupid.
Have you got mail? Yeah, it's going. Imagine being someone driving up the street like, oh, your mailbox is on fire. Your mailbox is on fire, sir.
Look at it.
Oh, it stinks.
I'll grab it. He's done.
So now that I know that that this CAN bus trunk works, plugged up the ECU, and CAN connector's plugged up, ECU's plugged up. This CAN trunk, I'll have to run it over to the dash and run over the dash there, see how long I need that can trunk. I'll trim it, take this dash out, and I'll put the powertune digital one in. Shorten that can trunk because I think I've got it just a little bit too long. Run another splitter off it so that powertune digital dash can have its line off it. Then I've got to find a accessory power wire for the powertune and wire it into 12 volt. And we should be able to read a few sensors. Obviously I can't start it and check everything else yet, but we can try. So I'll take this TRD dash out. Nice dash, never gonna sell it. And thread that canbus cable through from the passenger side over to the driver side. We'll get started on that one. Alright, so I got that can trunk wiring up top here. I've added spice to it. That'll go to the digital dash. The power for it's wired in. Just picked a positive off the accessory and a negative off the chassis somewhere. So it's plumbed in. Now you just got the can low, can high. Don't mix them up. But other than that, I'll quickly put these can wires in, and I'll put the dash in. We'll turn it on, see what sensors or what it will do while it's not running. I should get like an oil temp sensor or something. We shall see. Alright, everything's back together. That new digital dash, you can see it, it's on. Grab the keys here. First click should have nothing. Second click, well, first click your stereo system. Second click is accessories. There we go. Oh, ignition and accessories or whatever. And it'll take a little bit. And I uploaded something on this too. Pretty cool. Dragon Ball Z. How cool is that? Vegeta's your RPM, your speed over here, boost, oil pressure, and old Goku here, he turns Super Saiyan when you get up the RPM. That's pretty cool. I do have a mouse up here at the moment, but that's only because I got a wireless mouse dongle plugged into it, so I can play with it. So I still got to set all this up. So, yeah, that's just GPS settings. I got to set all this up. So, but that's definitely one of my favorites. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't got any of these wired in just yet, like the fuel, caution, the turn signals. I'll wire them up a little bit later. I want to figure out what was what. But I want to set this up so it talks to my my motec down there. And happy days. Right to you. So now that the dash is in, turn her on, put the seat back a bit. We gotta change some things. We gotta grab out the old crappy laptop because I won't boot up. It's me Dragon Ball Z. Now, right, as you can see, nothing's working. The ECU's not talking to it. Oops, there's a horn. ECU's not talking to it, so I've got a motec m800 and we are going to hook up to it. So I can find the bloody USB receptacle. There we go. And go over to motec ECU manager. Cool. We are connected. I have to tell. I need to tell my ECU to start putting out a can, or a can value in a way. So if you got a motec m800, the way you pretty much gotta get it to talk to like an ADL. So you go up to adjust. I think it's adjust. Yeah, general setup, communications, can setup. And here you go. All is here. That's all your can datas and whatnot. And this is your values, really. So as you can see, the top one is 0, which is off. So can 0 data, value 0, ADL dash logger 1. So I've got to change this one here to a 1. There we go. Change that to a 1, and you can change all the rest of these other ones here. And like in here, in a couple of these other ones here, you can put, that's where your 888 expander, you turn it on as well. So now that that's done, we will go up to File, Close and Save. It will want to restart. It'll restart the ECU. Here we go. We'll open it up, and there we are. The dash is working. My fuel pressure is off its head. My boost pressure is off its head. But let's throw this computer over here. I've got this mouse. This mouse is actually hooked up to this dash. So there's a little bit delayed, bit of lag on it. So yeah, Goku's vitals is boost is 935.78. Coolant temp's correct. Intake temp is 29 degrees, so yeah, it's correct. Oil pressure is at 0.1, which is correct. The car does not run yet. So battery voltage is 12.4, that's correct. And yep, map sensor, so boost is, yeah, completely off its head. So this is because my actual ECU was tuned in such a way that, let's see if I can get the values up here. Here we go. Yeah, so you can see my map PSI. Oh, where am I putting this thing? Yeah, map PSI and is in PSI at -0.4. Now this dash is looking for KPA, and since it's finding PSI then converting it to PSI, it's reading absurd amounts. So when this car gets retuned, this will all have to be changed back to KPA. Like, geez, look at the mountain on that. Everything will probably have to be redone again to change it from map PSI to map KPA. So it'll send a KPA signal out to my dash, and my dash will convert it to a PSI signal. But anyway, for now, the dash is working. I do have to set a few things up. Like, that's in PSI, that's metric. I'm just going to have to fiddle around with this for a little bit. Maybe I can get all that map PSI and fuel pressure and all that back to normal. It's not showing me any ethanol content because I believe I haven't got that plugged in. And there's no fuel in the car anyway. But fuel pressure and boost, that's yeah, definitely off its head. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. She's up and going. I've still got to wire up these little lights, like the left indicator, right indicator, high beam and all that sort of stuff off the original plugs. Once that's done, that's pretty much all together. I got to put the GPS unit onto this too. It came with one, so I might as well stick it on there. And I'm going to start looking into the process of changing, well, everything from PSI to KPA. This should have been tuned in KPA in the first place anyway. Yeah. Anyway, that'll do it for this video, and catch us in the next one. Like, subscribe if you like. If not, still cool. Alright boys, catch you later. I'm just gonna grab and give you a little shot of Goku's vitals.